Yeah. You can love it, you can leave it. There's saying nothing without it. Don't let them keep you down. What if I don't need it? There's something about it that just freaks me out. I just want another minute with it. Fuck a little, what's the use? Never superficial, you won't know it when it hits you. Get a little sentimental when I'm off the juice. Yeah. Okay, we colder than the breeze, but the breeze ain't flowing like me, motherfucker. Hold up.
Hello, and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm not gonna talk too long on this one. I had a really bad day the other day. Just a shitty day. And I thought to myself, you know what? I know that there are a few things in life that make me feel better. One of them is dancing, but it was just so annoying that I couldn't bring myself to just put good music on and dance. That wasn't gonna cut it. I needed to get this sort of real physical release, and yoga gave me that opportunity, and I really did feel a lot better from it. So I hope you guys do too. Today's session is a quick power vinyasa session for when you've had a shitty day. Okay, so I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver here, but the mechanisms through which this sort of improving my day occurred via the yoga practice was through the focus and attention that was placed on the breath, and in particular the exhalation. So really focusing on not just physically getting a release through that exhalation of carbon dioxide, but also mentally concentrating, even if just using your imagination to release the shit that was no longer serving you. I'm not suggesting that this yoga practice in any way, shape, or form is going to fix your problems. What I hope that it does is give you some relief from a shitty day, does something positive for your body. It helps to calm the nervous system through more attention to the breath, and in particular that exhalation, which is where we stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. And you know what? It may just take your mind off the shit that's going on for you, whatever that may be. And sometimes that space can be enough to give you the clarity that you need in order to attack it or approach it from a more calm, collected state. This is very much a sort of intermediate sequence. So if you are super new to yoga, this probably isn't the one. Yes, I probably do move a little bit faster in this one. We still move with the breath, but it is not something that I would recommend that you take if you've sort of never done yoga before, because I don't spend crazy loads of time going over the postures and things like that. So come back to this video at another time. And of course, I would love to make more beginner videos, and I am going to make more beginner videos as well, okay?
Let us begin. We're going to begin in a child's pose position. Feet together, knees out nice and wide. Push the hips back to the heels, and we're just going to hold it here for a sec. Move the hips from side to side here. Spread the fingers nice and wide, and we're just going to round the spine and then arch the back. So I want you to feel like you're rounding and then arching, opening up the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, walk the hands forward, come down, head comes to the floor. If you don't want to place your head on the floor, you can cross your hands and just rest like so. We're going to take a deep breath in and release a full breath out. So I'm going to place a lot of emphasis on the breath during this whole practice. Now, I normally do anyway, but for the sake of this particular practice, we want to use the breath as a means to sort of psychologically reset as well. So inhaling new energy, oxygen, new life force energy, prana, if you're a yogi, and exhale. Trying to release mental, physical, emotional stress on that exhalation, even if you have to really use your imagination here. Even the most skeptical of you can try to Imagine that with every exhalation, all the things that really pissed you off today are escaping you on that out breath. Inhale. And exhale, letting it go. Okay. So from here, we're going to walk our hands around to the right. So walk your hands around to the right and reach that right arm, to the left, and reach that right arm all the way out of the hip here. Let your head drop down to the floor. And I want you to just feel like you're stretching the side body. So you're trying to pull, almost like you're trying to crawl your torso away from your hips, out of your hips here. And what I'm doing with my left hand is I'm pushing and twisting myself down. And I'm going to come back to center, and I'm going to go to the other side. So stretching out of the hip, lengthening, dropping the head down, and using the right hand to sort of encourage the twist. We want to move away from the pelvis here. Inhale. And again, releasing that stress, anger, tension, frustration as you exhale. Okay, come back to center and bring the knees back together. Come into an all fours position. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Take the knees hip distance apart. Drop the belly down. Lift up through the head and the hips. Heart opens, shoulders pull back. And then starting with the pelvis, draw the belly button in and start to tuck your tailbone, and then begin to round your thoracic spine. Drop the head down, cervical spine. Good. From here, lift the head, then begin to drop through the thoracic, then the lumbar, then the pelvis. Pelvis, lumbar, thoracic, and cervical. Your head drops down, and then head lifts. And we try to segment and isolate the different areas of the spine here. Perfect. One more time. Exhale. Good. Hold your position here. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees a centimeter off the floor and just hold. Notice where your weight and your load is. If you're really loading into the base of the wrist here, you're going to feel this a little bit too much. I want you to, we're kind of loading up a joint that shouldn't really take that much weight. So press into the fingers here. Drop the knees down. Inhale, open it up. And exhale, push the hips back, come to a seated position. Let's warm up our wrists before we move into any sort of downward facing dog positions. So take hold of your left hand with your right wrist, with your right hand. Why can't I talk? Pull your elbow in nice and close and grab hold of your forearm. Okay, from here, you're going to take the fingers down towards the floor, around to the side, all the way around, trying to draw a circle with your fingers. We're just going to do 5 cars on the left side, one direction, trying to make sure that you're really keeping the forearm as still as possible. Breathing. And then we'll go the other way, so all the way around. Perfect. Okay, shake that out. We'll go the other side. Grab hold, pull the elbow in. So try to keep everything very, very steady, very, very still as well. We want to just isolate that wrist joint. So pointing the fingers towards the floor and then moving around, all the way around, trying to get as much range as you possibly can. I've got old gymnastics wrists. I have to work on these every single day, morning and evening. And look, when I'm concentrating on my wrists, I'm not thinking about all the things that fucked up today. Okay, all the way around. And we'll go the other way. Around. Keep it very, very still. Notice if your forearm is sort of twisting or turning, we want to make sure that it stays nice and flat, nice and still. And we're not moving through the fingers either. Good, shake it out. Okay, wiggle your fingers a little bit, warm up the fingers. I really want you to make sure that, because we're going to be doing quite a bit of wrist work and downward facing dog and flowing, I want you to make sure that your fingers are doing a lot of work, that we're utilizing all of this muscle as well, rather than just kind of resting on the joints, okay? So hands come down to the floor, that all fours position, tuck the toes, lift the knees, downward facing dog, shake out your head yes and no. Back of the neck releases. Notice tension you might have through your shoulders. Take your hips over to the right side and just allow almost like your arm, everything to become light, but you're still reaching the hand towards the floor. So we feel the side lengthening here, and then go the other way. And then again, and then again. Okay, and then we'll just walk out through the heels. So straighten one leg, bend the other. Watch the rib cage as well. And breathe in and out. So we want everything today to be relatively fluid, but there are certain postural aspects that I'm always gonna get you to kind of cast your mind and your attention to, and that is one of them is definitely ribcage positioning. Inhale, come forward into a push-up position. If you need to lower the knees, go ahead and do so. I want you to make sure that you tuck your tailbone, squeeze your glutes, belly pulls in, hold it here. Find that strength, breathing in, push the floor away. How are your fingers? Make sure they're gripping at the mat. You're not just dumping all that weight into the wrists. Hold, exhale, inhale. As you exhale, if you need to lower your knees, go ahead. Hug the shoulders down and back. Shoulders come forward, elbows shave the sides of the body as we drop down to the floor. Now from here, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest off, cobra. If you'd like to go to upward dog, take it slow. Make sure your back is active, knees, hips, and thighs come off. Bend the knees. Exhale, press back downward facing. Inhale, round forward. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, round forward, high push-up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog, press back. Good. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, take it down. Elbows shave the sides of the body. Inhale, open it up. Your choice, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, press back. Can we do that one more time with eyes closed? And real emphasis on the breath. Inhale, round. Exhale, down. Inhale, open it up. And exhale, press back. Downward facing. Walk the feet up to the hands and come and hang out in ragdoll. Feet hip distance apart. 2 fists fit in between the feet for that. And just really bend your knees. Drop your head. Take hold of either elbow. Shake it out. Continuing on with our breath synchronized movement here. So hands onto the shins, inhale, halfway lift here. Feel like you're lengthening your heart away from your hips. So lengthening forward, exhale, grab the back of the legs, hug in and stretch. Inhale, lengthen forward. But feel the opposing sort of separation here. So we're lengthening, exhale, hug in. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hug in. 3 more like this, close your eyes. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hug in. Remember, finish the breath completely, all the way out. All that carbon dioxide, all that mental, emotional tension, leaving you on the exhalation. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hug in. Fingertips to the floor, toe heel your feet back together and unroll slowly all the way up to standing. Stack each vertebra one at a time as your head lifts. Go ahead, reach the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, hands come back to the heart. Okay, come to stand at the top of your mat with your feet together. Allow your focus and attention to be on the breath. Balanced postures can focus the mind so much so that they keep us occupied, right? So that's what we want. So I want you to firm up your right leg, squeeze the glute, and lift the left leg off. And we're just gonna hold it here. Keep the ribs in and keep breathing. Now you might just wanna stay here. If you are a bit more flexible or you want to challenge yourself that little bit more and you have the mobility, don't go for it if you don't have the mobility. You're going to lean forward and interlace your fingers at the sole of your foot. Maybe this is where you're going to stay.
If you feel like you want to go further, you're going to kick that leg forward and we're going to hold. Breathing here. If you can lift your body a little bit higher, point your toes and try and keep that leg there. Let go, hold for 3, 2, 1. Good, from there, bend it, send it back. Everyone, we can move into this. We're gonna step back into a long lunge, drop the back knee down to the floor. Sink through the hips, inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, back toes are tucked, you're gonna lift that back knee off and we're gonna start to move into a straight forward fold here with our front leg aiming for a straight position, but it may not go that far. So both knees bent is fine, drop the body down. Inhale, back into the lunge. Exhale, fold forward over that leg. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. I'd like you to place that left palm down or keep the left fingertips down, right hand on the hip. Push your hip back so that the hip becomes square and begin to twist. Extend the top arm up towards the ceiling or the sky, twisting towards that right leg. Firm up the legs, so don't let them be kind of saggy. I want you to really squeeze here like you're trying to squeeze your legs together. Hold. Good, come back to center, right hand to the inside of the right foot. From here, we're gonna pivot around and we're gonna move into either a lateral lunge like this, feeling a stretch for the inner thighs. You're gonna practice taking your hands off, or we're gonna come down into a Cossack squat. Same thing, hands come off, holding here. Inhale, exhale, hold. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, you can use your elbow to push your knee out. Exhale, 3. Those of you in the Cossack squat, bring the hands down. Those of you in your lateral lunge, we're all gonna walk around, drop the back knee down to the floor. From here, right arm is gonna go up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist. And then inhale, come back down. If you can get the elbow to the floor, go for it. Exhale, twist back up. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, twist back up. Inhale, twist back down. Exhale, twist. Inhale, place the hand on the floor. Keep it on the floor. Left arm goes up, twist open. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, bring it back down. Bring it open. From here, back toes are tucked, back knee comes off, back foot comes down. We're in a wide angle side stretch. Extend that top arm forward. Hold here. Hold for another 3, 2, 1. Come to warrior 2. Stand up. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Now from here, tuck the tailbone, belly draws in, shoulders relax. Flip that front palm, reach it up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Step back into a push-up position. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press back. Inhale. And exhale. Bend your knees, look forward, walk the feet up to the hands. Halfway lift here, inhale. Exhale, hug the legs in. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hug in. Come up to standing, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Shift that weight over to the left side. Lift that leg off and balance. Holding here. If you're going further, lean forward, interlace your fingers at the sole of the foot. Either stay here. Wherever you are, commit to the position by really firming up the leg. If you can, go ahead and begin to extend the leg forward. If you can, begin to lift your body up. Hold here. Try to keep this leg active as well. Yeah, so it's not just kind of like, if you're super flexible, don't just stretch and hang out. I want you to really keep it firm.
So quadricep, all active here. Try and take your hands off, hold for 3, 2, 1, bend it. From there, we're gonna move into the lunge. Sink, and come down. Hands come either side of that front leg. Drop the back knee down, sink through the hip, inhale here. Exhale, back toes are tucked, lift the knee off, we're folding forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, hold. Okay, so right fingertips stay down, left hand to the hip, square off the hip here. Begin to twist, extend, and just hold here, but firm up the legs. So almost to the point where you could lift your right hand off, okay? I don't want you to, but I just want your legs to be super, super strong and active here. Keep holding. Okay, from here, take the hand around. I'm actually gonna, just so my butt isn't facing you, I'm gonna turn around. So we're here like this, hand comes down. From here, we're gonna move into our lateral lunge. Now, you've got two options. You're either here and you're holding. So we're trying to increase our strength at our end range. So wherever your end range is, you wanna find that and be able to contract. Or if you can, come down into the Cossack squat. Amazing. Same thing, squeeze, hold here. 2 more breaths. One more. Okay, lift out of it, hand comes down. From here, both hands at the inside, drop the back knee down to the floor in a lizard variation. So sinking down, you can let that left knee come out to the side a little. From here, take the ceiling up towards, take the hand up towards the ceiling, and then come down. Inhale here, exhale, twist. Inhale here, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, swap sides. Hand comes down to the inside. And we want to make sure that we're really leaning our left shoulder against the inner left knee so we get a little bit of leverage. So we take the right arm up towards the ceiling and open up, and as you do, you simultaneously push the hips forward and then exhale, come through. Open it up. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, open it out. Back knee lifts off, back foot flattens. We're in a wide angle side pose. Hold here, lengthening, belly pulls in, firm up the legs, and be able to come all the way up. Warrior 2. Exhale. Hold your warrior 2 position. Tuck your tailbone, ribs down, shoulders relaxed, strong legs. Flip that front palm, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Inhale, and then cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Step back into your push-up. Lower down, exhale. Inhale, open up the chest. And then exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Shake out your head, yes and no. Drop the knees down to the floor, push the hips to the heels, melt here. Inhale and exhale. Let's walk the hands up and come into this seated position. So sometimes when we're feeling that little bit angry or frustrated, it's interesting to see how those emotions play out in our body and our posture. So if you find that you have spent a lot of time like this today, it will just be nice to balance it out with a back bend. However, if you've done this, if you're doing this sequence before bed, it's not the best idea to do back bends before bed. They do stimulate your nervous system. So it may not be conducive to the best, deepest night's sleep, which will probably make you feel better than doing a yoga sequence, if I'm honest. But what I would consider, but for those of you that are doing this maybe as a mid-afternoon pickup or a morning pickup, then what we're still going to do is monitor our rib cage positioning, but go into the back bend. So you're going to come into camel pose, and if you need to, for your knees, if you're old like me, you can fold the edges out, fold the outer edges in. Okay, now hands come to the hips, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glutes, and from here hands come to the lower back. Now, can you notice my posture already? I'm trying to maintain this rib cage positioning. What I don't want to do is go into too much extension. If we can maintain this rib cage positioning, the diaphragm works well, and then we're still breathing in the posture. If we're not breathing in the posture, then we're sort of defeating the purpose a little bit of the yoga practice, right? We still want to be able to breathe a little. Okay, so hands come down, squeeze the glutes, begin to lift the heart up while still keeping your belly drawn in and the ribs down. You can start to extend your head back, holding here. So if you go into this gigantic back bend here with your rib cage flared, it may feel good, but I want you to be able to breathe. So keeping everything pulled in through the ribs. If it's okay for your neck to do so, you can drop your head back, squeeze the glutes, tuck the tailbone, really try to get that posterior pelvic tilt. Come back up, and then come to sit down onto your heels. Allow the ribs to really come in, and allow yourself to sink into a rounded posture here. Hold it, take a deep breath in, close your eyes. Okay, if you're feeling no achiness through the lower back, then you can go for a second set. If you are, just chill right here. And I would chill with a straight spine before you go and fold forward into any rounded or child's pose position. So just hold it here for a sec. If you're coming with me for the next set, we're actually gonna stretch one side. So if at all you feel any kind of pinched nerve sensation through the lower back, you need to back out and stop. Okay, this is only for people who aren't experiencing pain in their back bend. So tucking your tailbone, ribs down, hips forward, lift the heart up. Take the right hand down to the heel. So notice I've got my toes tucked. I'm gonna take that left arm up and back, and I'm gonna follow the fingertips with my eyes, but at the same time, I'm still trying to pull my ribs down, tuck my tailbone, squeeze my glutes. Hand comes forward and up, and I use that strength to lift me out of the pose and release. Change sides. Hand comes down, squeeze the glutes. From here, begin to extend, follow with my eyes. Feel the stretch down the right side, extending and opening. Still breathing. Hand comes forward and up. Lengthen, come to sit back down onto the heels. Take a deep breath in. Release a full breath out. Okay, release the mat if you've got it under your knees. Take your knees wide, hands come forward. We're back in this position. We're gonna release the groin, so really get our knees nice and wide here. Arching through the back. Exhale, rounding. I want you to put more emphasis on the pelvis here. So just starting to really rock through the pelvis, yeah? Not just sort of like through here. I want your pelvis to tuck and then extend. In fact, we'll just start there. So opening back and then really tucking. And I want you to feel like you're squeezing your pelvic floor muscles to get that tuck, like you're squeezing to go to the bathroom, to stop yourself going to the bathroom. And then relax. Squeeze and then relax. Last one. And then a little bit bigger, open up. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, bring the knees in a little bit more as you stretch forward into child's pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, roll forward, all fours, tuck the toes. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Walk out through the heels, open up through the back of the legs. Bend your knees, look forward, hop to a cross-seated position. I'm gonna move my microphone and we're gonna come down into our back. Okay. Let me just put this here. Okay. So take the feet out wide, let the knees drop in together for some internal rotation. We're gonna place the hands on the rib cage, fingers crossed, chin tucks in. Take a deep breath in. Release a full breath out. My ponytail feels really annoying. Back of my head, that's better. Okay. Breathing in. And breathing out. So what I would like to encourage you to do is find breath through the full. What I would like you to do is find a full breath capacity here. So rather than, particularly when we're stressed, we may just breathe into the neck and the top of the shoulders a little bit. So it's a shallow breath. We're just gonna do a few rounds of full yogic breathing, but we need to really be able to collapse the ribs here. So I just want you to feel like how flared is your rib cage? Like how can you really breathe out and compress the ribs. Feel them go down. Keep breathing out. Now, as you breathe in, you're gonna take it through the stomach. So you're gonna feel your belly rise, your lower ribs expand. You ready? Then it spreads up and we take full opportunity of our entire rib cage. And then exhale, belly begins to fall. Ribs collapse, and we feel everything start to release. Inhale, starting with the belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, belly, ribs, upper chest. Got it? Inhale, belly, ribs, upper chest. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, upper chest. We're gonna do 5 more rounds of that. Eyes closed. I'm gonna count the rounds. So if you finish before I've finished, you're gonna breathe some more. And if you get to 3, 4 extra rounds in, you know A, you're breathing too quickly, and B, great, you got an extra few breaths in there, okay? So I'll coach or I'll count in the first one. Let's go. Inhale. And exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. That's as slow as I want it to be. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Three to go in your own time. Okay, go ahead, interlace the fingers, extend the arms up above your head. Stretch up, inhale. Exhale, hug the knees into the chest, squeeze the knees in nice and close here. Rock from side to side. Keep hold of the right leg, let the left leg extend, take the leg across the body down to the floor. We'll just take one round, coming up and opening all the way out. Exhale. Melt into it. Use the strength of your obliques and your abs, so firm up your arms, pull back, and then change sides. Hug the left knee in, extend the right, take the leg across the body down to the floor, extend around and out. Good. From here, use that strength, bring it back around to center, hug the knees in, and relax. So you can finish here, or I'm just gonna lay here in Shavasana and let you guys lie here with a little bit of extra music. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope it's lifted your mood. It's certainly lifted mine, but Shavasana will help seal the deal. So you can either keep your knees bent or you can extend them. You can skip Shavasana if you want. That's like skipping dessert. Palms face up, walk the shoulder blades down the back. Close your eyes. If your mind becomes super busy in Shavasana, like, let it do that. If this is a time that you can start to consolidate things that are bothering you, so be it. But every time you catch yourself in a negative train of thought, or even a positive, distracted train of thought, just guide yourself back to the sound and feeling of the breath or the music. It's not about judging or saying that you've failed or you've not failed or you can or can't do Shavasana. It's just about encouraging your ability to relax whenever you catch yourself off guard. So it's kind of like a workout for your thought process. Shavasana is really the practice of allowing. So if that is allowing emotion to run through you or allowing thoughts to run through you, so be it. With every exhalation, allow yourself to relax that little bit further. See you soon.
And that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the sequence. And I will see y'all next Sunday. Trying to get these out every Sunday. Bye.